The day we've all been waiting for is finally here. National Championship football is on its way. This Monday, January the 11th, Ohio State Buckeyes are taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. The first promo code of the new year is WILD, WILD, saves you 20% off the entire site. Welcome to Picks Parlays. I'm Allie Burns, and I've got Craig Trapp with us today to give us the information that everybody has been asking about all week long. Hey, Craig, how's it going?
Well, this is my nemesis. Of course, Ohio State is the team I usually hate or love to hate. Living in Cincinnati, you either love them or hate them. I hate them. But hey, we've got to this point. Ohio State proved me wrong last week. Now they face looks like another unbeatable team in Bama. So I'm excited to talk about this one.
Yeah, I mean, OSU's 2-0 on the road. Bama's 5-0 at home. It's all looking like it's going to be good. Bama's an 8-point favorite here, and we got a big old total of 75, but I can't help to think that it's too many points. What do you think about this one, Craig?
Well, let's talk about the side first. Not my better play. My better play is going to be on the total, but let's talk about the side first. This line opened at 7.5 in some places. Now it's at 8. A lot of money came in on Alabama because they've been so impressive all year long. Obviously, both of these teams are undefeated. Alabama's 8-4 against the spread. Even though they got backdoored against Notre Dame, they dominated that game. And, Ohio State dominated their game against Clemson. And, what everybody thought Clemson, Alabama was going to be, part 3 or part 4 in the national championship picture, but didn't happen. Ohio State has wrecked the party. And to me, I think it's too many points. This Ohio State team is for real. When Justin Fields doesn't turn the ball over and is ready to play like he was against Clemson, he can spin it with as good as anybody. I think he's going to be the number 2 or 3 pick, and I think it's for good reason. This kid is super, super talented. And when I say that coming from an Ohio State hater, that I'm taking Ohio State plus the points, that tells you how big of a chance. I've only taken Ohio State twice in the national championship game. The other one was when they had that big upset against Miami. Now, granted, I had a lot more points in that case, but they won that one. And I think they have a shot to win this one or at least cover here. But my better play is going to be on the total here.
All right, so 75 points. A lot of people look at that and think, oh my gosh, that's way too many points. But I mean, these two teams, that's what they do, right? Score points. So what do you think? Are we going over or under?
Well, really, if you look at Ohio State, now we don't have the bigger sample size like we've seen with a lot of other teams that played the full season. Remember, the Big Ten started much later than the SEC, the ACC, and all the other big conferences, except the Pac-12. So we saw this. I mean, they scored 49 against Clemson, and Clemson, we know, is talented. The only game this year they really didn't score points was in the Big Ten championship, where they got a slow start and scored only 22, winning 22-10. But really, the second half, they dominated that. It just looked like Justin Fields was trying too much, maybe wasn't quite prepared. And Northwestern's got a pretty good defense, so we got to give Pat Fitzgerald and company a little credit. But other than that, this Ohio State team basically put up, I think their other lowest total of the year was 38, and that was at Penn State. So I think they'll do their fair share of points, but it's all about this Bama. To stay up with Bama offense, which is absolutely on fire, you're going to have to push the ball down the field and score in a little quicker for Ohio State. So that's why I think this game goes way over. Other than the last game when Bama scored 31 against Notre Dame, that they just absolutely dominated the game and kind of just looked like they were toying with Notre Dame. They could do no wrong this year. I mean, they scored 41, 42, 50, 55, 63. I mean, it was just like this team could basically name their number all year long. And I think they score 40 plus in this one. I was thinking I really thought this game was going to be like 45, 42, one way or the other. We get if we get that score, I don't care who wins, I will get the cover. And my better play, I'm going to get the over here. So I'm going to take the over. I think absolutely a great matchup of offenses, but I don't think the defenses will have many answers because these teams are super talented on offense.
Yep. Well, nobody can disagree with that. We've watched them play all season, and there is a lot of firepower behind both of those quarterbacks and their lines. All right, friends at home, that is your free pick for the national championship game. Craig Trapp says take it over the 75 points, and you might want to look at taking 8 with Ohio State.